I still got a little bit of light. This might work. Hey, 2B people, how a Mad Mud Duck back at you. I forgot part of that story about the weekend. Friday, I took her up so she could get a shower up at a homeless place up the road. She introduced me to a guy I known for 50 years, and fuck, as he got old. Um, I know what she was wearing because I made sure she had clean clothes, and she come back. We come back here, and she wandered off. Or was that Thursday? One of the days, took her up, got her a shower. She wandered off. She came back about an hour later. She wanted to change her pants. Jumped in the goddamn truck. I handed her to change her pants, and my first thought was, where were the gray panties you were wearing earlier, girl? And I handed her a napkin, and I said, you want to wipe that thing? It's dripping all over my seat. Didn't go over well. Didn't go over well at all. She got mad at me. I was being a gentleman. I was handing her a napkin so she could wipe her nasty dripping pussy so it wouldn't drip that shit all over my fucking seat. And then I brought up, since we're on the subject, woman, you disappeared the other night wearing my black windbreaker. And down the front of my black windbreaker, that isn't a fucking milkshake stain. Somebody come down the front of my black windbreaker, so either you gotta learn how to swallow or you gotta learn how to spit, but don't get this shit on my fucking jacket. I don't appreciate pecker tracks on my fucking clothes. Evidently, that made her even more mad. Hey, if you're gonna be a whore, at least, clean up after yourself, bitch. Uh, Unpaid sex worker, that's a, I think, politically correct term right now. I'm hearing noises outside. She might be creeping around. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's tweaker time. Took down 850 pounds of crap that she drug in. Got another couple truckloads to take tomorrow after I do my doctor things. Uh, the funniest thing about it is her dad keeps saying she goes across the street and smokes marijuana cigarettes and that makes her crazy. The bitch is shooting crystal meth. Whoa, excuse me. Lactose intolerant part there. She showed me some of the shit she was doing. I said, oh, that's what that is that you guys are doing? Shit, we got better stuff than that back in the 80s when I was working in the fucking mailroom. Used to, after printing the newspaper, would go over to the next building and insert the newspaper with the circulars, the advertisements, and all that. So, when I was doing that back in the 80s, fuck, crystal meth. Crystal is what we called it. Everybody was snorting some of that shit. Either that or shit. Back in the 80s, we were doing so much goddamn coke that McDonald's would hide their straws when we came in. uh, that's why I like $100 bills. It reminds me of back in the day when we used to always had $100 bill rolled up just to. Yeah. Sorry. Memories. The 80s was a wonderful time. And then seen some of the shit, like I said, in the chat. That was kid stuff. We gave that up. I mean, what my brother said is we've dabbled in everything and we had brains enough to stay out of a lot of it. I said, yeah, first time we ever did any of that was back in high school. We didn't know you could smoke it. Shit, we were putting everything up our fucking noses back then. Ketamine, cannabinol, mescaline, cocaine. Shit, we were either smoking or snorting the angel dust. Oh, that burned. Oh, that burned. And then once my brother started talking to me about it, I realized that, hey, maybe I do know a little bit more about these drugs and shit than I was thought I did. And then we texted back and forth, and I figured it out that I think about the only thing I haven't done is I ain't smoked any of that spice shit. I haven't ever done any heroin that I can think of, and I know I haven't done any damn stroked out old body ecstasy. But I know I've dabbled with a lot of other shit. I used to love cannabinol. I've fallen out of moving vehicles with the doors falling open and spun around in the middle of the street in my back on a rainy night, laughing my ass off because it was a hell of a ride. Didn't know I could get hurt. Didn't know the door was going to come open when we went around the corner. I also used to like acid and mushrooms. I used to know everything about mushrooms at one time. Like I used to know everything about pot growing at one time. I have to stop and think about it, but he reminded me because shit, that was years ago. That was stuff, you know, I forgot we were doing that in the mailroom. I forgot when we were playing with the race cars, we were snorting that peanut butter crank shit. I think I might be catching that shit my mom had. Can't remember shit. Or it's just shit not worth remembering. That's probably the case. It's just shit that not worth remembering, you know. When you've been there, done that, and wore out a couple t-shirts, it's basically a lot of shit not worth remembering. There was some good stuff, there was some good bad stuff, and there was some interesting stuff. Why am I looking like... Oh, sorry, it's just with just my bobbing head here in the darkness. I keep thinking I'm watching an old Red Dwarf episode. Yeah. Fuck. Well, I gotta fall out because I got shit to do. But she's out being a meth whore, and I'm being patient, and my brother says, run. Her dad thanks me for putting up with her and slips me $100 bill every once in a while now, and just every couple days slips me 100. Drive her around, keep her fed and cigarettes and occupied, and if I can keep her occupied and busy, she doesn't want to do the meth as much. There's just something about keeping her busy. Yeah, I still have hope for her. Have faith that she might come back. Expect the worst and hope for the best. Yeah, that's about enough of this one. I'm babbling again. She actually got mad at me because I was gentleman enough to give her a fucking tissue to wipe her nasty fucking pussy. Damn, what a bitch.